All right, I think we are going live. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining me again. Doing another quick one of these tech reviews. This is one that, while I was at the St. Martin conference, I met someone named Pauline Moss. She's actually the one who also introduced me to the microbit. But she told me some of the books that she wrote and some of the tools that she's used to teach coding, in particular to early elementary students. And she was kind enough to give me a card game that she created called CodeWise. In fact, CodeWise, I even made a little... Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this. The group that makes it is called Prowise, and they have these cards as well as a bunch of other web-based tools and some hardware and such that they're selling for teachers. I'm going to just cue in on the cards right now because I think it's kind of interesting. So let me bounce back over to here. So comes in a box, cute, attractive, and so on. And inside is just a stack of different cards. Now, the cards themselves are nothing special. You'll notice there's nothing in particular on the back. And it just has different sort of directions to them. You know, a play button, stand, sit down, turn around. But the game is essentially that it's sort of like, I'm trying to remember what that kid's game is, where one person leaves the room, people kind of come up with a concept, that person comes back in, then they need to sort of act it out. Well, the kids, one person is going to become the robot, and they're going to leave the room, and the other kids have to take these cards and create a set of instructions for them to follow. You know, turn left, turn right, wait a certain amount of time, and these things are all laminated so you can do write on them with dry erase markers, so you could say this is the wait command. How long do you want them to wait? You know, you could put down 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and so on. You know, go backwards, go forwards, and so on. And there's a ton of different ones. Some of them include start, stop, stand up, sit down, and then they also have even ones like, you know, parentheses, which indicates they're supposed to repeat an action a certain number of times. They're supposed to put on a prop and do something. And I'll be honest, this isn't the most amazing, mind-blowing sort of thing that I've ever seen, but I like the fact that it's physical, that there's this kinesthetic application to it, that the kids, they start thinking about the logical process in a very simple, organic, game-based sort of way. But beyond that, the cards are neat, but there's intended to be a starting point. If you notice, just about all of them have one of those blank spaces where people can add, you know, their own sort of, tweaks and customizations to them, so they can kind of get more creative with it. Now, the cards themselves, it's a great starter set, and it's something you can take out of the box and you can start playing, and the kids can start using right away. This is also something that you could easily make yourself, and then the kids can go ahead and play it. And the reason why I say they could easily make it themselves is, you know, when I went to actually look to what the purchase price was and to give you a link, it turns out that as of right now, even though they have it in available in English and in other languages and so on, right now the actual purchase site is only available in certain countries, including, I believe it's the Netherlands, St. Martin, and a couple other places. I can't remember offhand. But point is, right now, you couldn't buy it in the United States even if you wanted to. I'm going to reach out to her and see if there's another place to do so. However, the other reason why I wanted to mention it is, yes, this is something that you can kind of create yourself and something that you can play yourself, but they also created this companion app online called Prowise Presenter, and it does a bunch of different things, but I'm going to key on one aspect of it, and that is a visual digital version of this same card game, where there's your child right over there in the corner, and then you drag instructions. Go forward, sit down, and then I want you to sing a song, and then we're just going to go ahead and hit play and see what he does. And you get the idea. You can change the character, you can change the background, you can add your own graphics, you can do all sorts of stuff with this. But what I like about this is I think one of the deficiencies of a lot of these early elementary programming initiatives is they don't necessarily make the connection between the physical and the digital. So in other words, you do it physically, you do it with cards and so on, but there isn't necessarily always that seamless progression from physical into the digital and then beyond. This at least starts bridging that. So you have the physical game that you can get the kids going and active in. And this is something, preschool is, early elementary, early childhood, and so on. This is a great way to sort of introduce it. And then they can go straight on to this screen and they can replicate the exact same thing that they just did, which is nice. And then you can take it from there and switch into something, a little bit more rigorous or a little bit more in-depth and so on. So it kind of provides this transition, if you will, from one to the other. Now, like I said, I think this is interesting. One of the other cards that I didn't mention before was, where is it? Somewhere in here. Well, so there's the open and close brackets so that you can do repeat statements and so on. And somewhere in here there's another one that shows if-then statements or options in the path. So for example, you could say, if you're wearing a hat at this point, then do this. If not, then do this. Because some of them they have if there's one card that says put on a prop, and there's a whole bunch of actual props on the website that you can print out yourself. If I could find it somewhere in here, there's a whole bunch of different downloads and cutouts. But like I said, you can do this kind of stuff yourself. So that's it for CodeWise. No reason to necessarily drag this out. I think it's kind of just an interesting idea to get the kids physically engaged and so on. If you have any other good options for teaching kids programming that in particular focuses in on the physical elements of it, that actually gets kids out of their seat and moving around to learn this logical process, this programming concepts and pre-programming concepts and so on, do me a favor, let me know, leave a comment, or this video will wind up being on the blog. You can leave a comment there as well. So, and if you have other ideas of things that you'd like to see reviewed, do me a favor, let me know. I plan to do another 2 or 3 this week, and hopefully repeating that cycle throughout the rest of the year and ad infinitum. One last thing, I'm going to be at a bunch of conferences coming up soon. The conference season is getting rolling. Upcoming, I will be at FETC and TCEA, so if you're going to be at either of those, please definitely let me know, look me up, and I would love to see you at them. And I'll let you know more about where else I'm going to be as we get a little bit closer to some of those other conferences and events. Those are the first 2 on the calendar. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little micro review of CodeWise and such. And I will see you at the next one. Take care.